I can entertain the proposition that life is a metaphor for boxing, for one of those bouts that goes on, round following round, jabs, missed punches, clinches, nothing determined, again the bell, and again you and your opponent so evenly matched that it's impossible not to see that your opponent is you. Life is like boxing in many unsettling respects, but boxing is only like boxing. Joyce Carol Oates. Boxing has for years been a metaphor for life and storytelling of all sorts. The image of the lone fighter squaring off against adversity is easily relatable to every person struggling against their own myriad opponents in life. Throughout the years, boxing has been a backdrop and overarching metaphor in film as well as television. We've basically seen one man, Rocky Balboa, age throughout a series of films. And for years before either of these two mediums existed, boxing has served as a storytelling metaphor for our own existences. Particularly in song, boxing has always maintained an often used setting of struggle or metaphor for life. Today's Finn's Thoughts, I am going to focus on 3 such songs: Boxers by Morrissey, The Ballad of Lou the Welterweight by the Fiinns Brothers, and The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel. My first and favorite song of these 3 is Boxers by Morrissey. Morrissey is, of course, well known for his musical studies in life's myriad struggles. His songs are often character studies of people who are, for whatever reason, losing at life. Jeremy Vine once said of Morrissey that he took all the things that pop music's about, which is being suntanned and handsome and getting the girl, and he reversed them. As for Morrissey's connection to boxing, he is a well-known fan of the sport, and he used boxing as the stage for his 1995 single Boxers. The song is the story of a fighter who has lost a fight and how the loss will affect his life going forward. With wonderful passages like losing in front of your home crowd, you wish the ground would open up and take you down, and will time never pass for us, and the sound, the smell, and the spray, you will take them all away, and they'll stay till the grave. Morrissey unfolds this epic tale of a downtrodden fighter facing yet another difficult loss. His use of the character provides a loser hero for the listener to relate to. Next is possibly the most straightforward of the 3 songs, The Ballad of Lou the Welterweight by the Fiinns Brothers. The song is from the 2007 album Tonight at the Arizona. The song tells a fairly straightforward story of the death of a boxer in the ring. The song opens with its main chorus, which evokes a lovemaking scene, with the closing line being, "We're going down to my bout, my darling," implying the lovemaking scenario was immediately prior to the start of the fight. Given the long-standing practice within boxing of avoiding coitus before a fight, there is also a subtle implication through the superstition of that practice that the song's heroine was possibly responsible for Lou's death. That death occurring after the second chorus, giving us haunting lines like, "He saw her as she spoke through the shifty yellow smoke. She said, 'Louis, you look bad. Are you dying?' But Louis could not answer. His eyes were cast up to the rafters, and then they slowly sealed in silence." While not much of a metaphor, or more a straightforward story song, this one is beautifully haunting and well written. My third and final entry is The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel. This classic song, on the surface, seems to be a story song much like The Ballad of Lou the Welterweight, but I submit that it is more a larger metaphor for the struggle of life and a call to continue in that struggle. The majority of the song follows a single character who speaks in first person of a hard life. The singer claims to have left his home and family when he was a young boy and set out on the rails. The singer specifically states that they are in New York. This continues on, and for the majority of the song it would seem that it is just the tale of a down-on-their-luck person struggling with their life, and would apparently seem to be misnamed also, since boxing or boxer hasn't been mentioned once. However, I submit that it is also a metaphor for hopelessness, and finding the strength to continue even when hopeless. The final stanza of the song provides us the metaphor as well as the title of the song. In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries a reminder of every glove that laid him down or cut him till he cried out, in his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. This last stanza presents us with an image that has much more in common with Morrissey's Boxers than it does with the Fiinns Brothers ballad. These lines show a boxer who has had many losses and is ready to leave the ring and give up the fight, much like some people in their lives, but he continues on and still remains, as the lyric says. Many of our sports and games can be used as metaphors for the struggle of everyday life, but few have such a power as martial sports. Boxing in particular has been and will continue to be a well-worn metaphor for the struggle of life, because when it comes down to it, few other metaphors capture the solitary experience of life quite like boxing. This has been another episode of Fiinns Thoughts. Join me again for more navel gazing, and don't forget to check out our other videos as well as like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time.
So unprofessional.
Fuck you.